Hey everybody, it's Gayboy Oz, and today's video, basically I wanted to do this video because this is something that everybody in the hobby should know how to do or have an idea of what to do. Especially because these packages, these dolls, are very expensive, and by expensive I mean not just the ones that are limited or the ones that cost a lot of money. To me, all these dolls cost a lot of money. Even if your doll was $100, even if it was like $50, whatever, it's still a lot of money. So what you want to do is make sure that you are knowledgeable of what your options are in case one of these dolls gets lost in the mail. But before anything, I do want to stress this out that always insure your packages. Always. You always want to insure them. Especially right now, not just especially right now, but in general, packages get damaged, packages get lost. Many things could happen. So always insure, especially because, like I said, these are expensive dolls. This is an expensive hobby. So you always want to make sure that you're covered. So always insure your dolls. Always insure your packages. Make sure that you're covered. So basically, if you want, if not if you want, if you ordered a package and it was lost in the mail, there's steps that you have to follow in order for you to be able to get reimbursed for the amount of the item. Now, when I say reimbursed for the amount of the item, that means just the item. It You won't get reimbursed for the amount of shipping paid. So basically, if you ship first class, priority, any of those options, that's your money that you spent on the on shipping that you're not going to get back. You're just going to get back what you paid for the item or partial amounts of the item. So basically, if you have a package that was lost, there's steps that you have to follow. And you could either go on the website right here, which gives you links and also steps on how to do this, or you can also call the National Materials Custom Services, which the phone number is 1-800-332-0317. What you want to do is you're going to ask for a domestic claims form. You're going to complete that form, and add you're going to add some papers along with that form before you mail it off. So basically, what you have to do is, it's your burden, not your burden. It's up to you to prove how much your item was worth. So basically, you have to include copies of receipts, copies of messages, emails, DMs, stuff like that, that prove how much you paid for said item and why it is worth that amount. And if you're like me, you keep everything, because this is the way that you prove how much your item was worth. So I buy a lot of dolls from not Denver Doll, I'm sorry, from Fabric Friends and Dolls, and Iris always sends me an invoice. With that invoice, I always have the item name, the company it came from, how much I paid for it, and stuff like that. So I always keep those because the certificate of authenticity does not tell you how much you paid for that item. It just basically proves that it's a legit item. So keeping these invoices or these messages, DMs, emails from people that I purchase things from helps me prove how much I paid for that item. So I will need a copy of those things to make the claim for the lost package. Now, along with that, like I said, always insure your packages, because without insurance, you will not be able to claim any amount for your package. So, what you want to do is always get when you get your receipt from the post office when you ship stuff. I always send a copy. I always send a picture of it to whoever I sell things to, or whoever I send things to in general. So they have that in case they need to file a claim. Now, the claim can only be made from the person who sends it. So if you're selling something to someone, this is basically going to be your job to do this. So what you want to do is, like I said, always keep your information about your dolls, about who you bought them, where you bought them, and stuff like that. And it sounds like a lot of work, but most of this is always in your emails or in your DMs or stuff like that. So, never delete anything. So you're gonna send, along with the form, you're gonna send, or if you're doing it on a website, you're gonna upload those forms. So it's going to be how much you paid for the item, such as a screenshot of either the website invoice, or a conversation of the person selling it to you or you selling it to someone, and a copy of your receipt proving that you paid insurance for that said item. So when you do this, you're either going to get approved or denied. And if you get approved, you might get approved for the full amount, or you're going to get approved for a partial amount, depending on what the ruling is. Now, decisions on this normally take from 5 to 10 days, normally. And if you're approved, you'll get paid for the item or for partial amount of the item within 7 to 10 days. And now I say normally because right now, since the pandemic and all this stuff and the election, these decisions or these things might take longer. Now, if you're denied, you will get a letter letting you know that you were denied and the reasons why you were denied. If you were approved, you normally get paid out within 30 days. You receive, I believe it's a check from in the mail for the price of the item or partial price of the item. Now, if you get denied, you can appeal the decision, and since you did get a letter telling you why you got denied, it helps you reapply. So basically what you're going to do is go through the steps all over again. So you're going to start from the very beginning, go on the website or call them, and you're going to fill out the whole thing all over again, the claim. And it's just going to start all over again. But like I said, it'll be easier because at least you got that denial letter and it tells you what you did wrong or why you were denied, so that you were able to fix it or provide further information. So basically, this is what you do in case your package is lost and you paid insurance for that package. So a lot of people do not know that they do this or they can do this, or they assume that just because you paid insurance, automatically you get paid for the amount that you paid for. So a lot of people don't understand that you still have to prove a lot of stuff before you're able to, get paid out for said things. And like I said, I know this because the first time I bought a doll, I was scared because it was delayed for like a couple of days, but it did show up. But recently, I've had a doll that was lost in the mail for, I think it was like 2 weeks, and tracking didn't move, nothing, and then it just magically appeared at the front door one day without tracking even saying so. And like I said, I did insure the package, but it was still a scary thing, And I know this because, like I said, you always have to know these things if you're going to be in a hobby that is very pricey, because the last thing you want to do is pay for let's say anywhere from like 100 to like 500, 600, whatever, and then just be out of that money because it was lost and you chose not to spend an extra $10 or whatever to insure it, So like I said, always insure your packages, keep your receipts, keep DMs and stuff like that. That way you're able to have coverage in case of lost packages or stuff like that. So I hope this was a little helpful at least. And I hope that you guys are able to have further information. in this hobby that it will be helpful. And like I said, not a lot of people know this, or not a lot of people know what their options are. And with there being a lot of new people in the hobby who get their information from Instagram or YouTube, not YouTube so much, because I don't think people post a lot of new videos up on YouTube about BJDs. And um, I know that Den of Angels is invite only kind of thing, and not a lot of people are on Den of Angels as of now because how strict they are or stuff like that. So it's easier to get your stuff from Instagram, from Facebook groups and stuff like that. So like I said, this is just, information to better help you guys in this hobby. So again, thank you for watching, and I hope this was helpful.